I want to apologize in advance for the color of the horseshoes. They are not purple, they are actually blue. I'm having problems with my chroma key. With that said, please enjoy the video. How you doing? And welcome to another horseshoe review. In this review, I haven't even opened these, okay? But these are brand new horseshoes. They're pre-production prototypes, and these are one of two sets made so far. Stay tuned, and when you come back, we'll open them together. All right, welcome back. Let's get into these.
One hour later.
These are Thoroughbred Horseshoes, and these are the brand new redesigned Challengers with the shaved hooks. So you're going to see these for the first time just as I'm seeing them. I had no idea, didn't request color or anything. So like I said, these are the new redesigned Challengers, and they have the shaved hook that allows the Challenger hook to get deeper into that stake and grab better on the stake. And another thing they did was they took part of that metal and they had to when they redesigned it, they distributed that steel that they took from here back into the rest of the shoe and did a small redesign on just making sure that this area didn't break, that had enough steel in this area on the blade to be thick enough to withstand the smaller diameter. The Challenger was originally designed in 1995 by Thoroughbred Horseshoes, and our team has been pitching the Challenger since I believe 2008, and we were pitching the medium Challengers. This is going to be pretty incredible to be pitching this shoe for the first time, and we're going to see how it reacts, and we'll also get the hooking power rating, and we'll also do the Qukslvr balance rating. Now, one of the reasons I like the Challenger is because it's the most versatile horseshoe out there. It's got a wide gripping, one of the widest gripping areas shoes that I have come to find, which allows me to put my whole hand in there. And a lot of the other shoes have the smaller interior, and it cramps my hand in there, and this allows for bigger hands and any type of grip anywhere. I see a lot of people hold it in the corners. They can do that in the corner and still hold it pretty straight and flat. Nice thing about Thoroughbred is their edges are rounded, which aid in comfort, and also when you release the shoe, it releases nice and smooth and doesn't catch. Another bonus is I do like the lower toe cleat. I do not use my thumb for the toe cleat. I do not pitch with my thumb. I throw it upside down, and having this small toe cleat, it is there for people that want to use it, but also for people that do not want to use it, it's definitely small and out of the way. One of the things I do like about this being a team shoe is it has the heel caulks on both sides. So if you throw it toe caulk down, you'll have the sliding power of coming in and going over shoes, going over sand or whatever you play on. And also if you use your thumb caulk, same thing. You have the double-sided heel caulk that allows you to do the same thing whether you're flipping it up or down. And one of the nice things about the Challenger is also it's a team shoe. So I play on a team of 4 players, and if I want to choose to throw a turn shoe in a certain game, I'm able to actually not switch shoes, just keep throwing the Challenger and just hold it a little different. I throw a 1 1/4 turn, and I'm able to throw that with these Challengers, and this this feels really good. Not having that bump right here actually feels really good. And I'll show you what I mean. In a couple seconds I'll actually take an old Challenger with that bump on here, and I'll show you the difference between what they did to this shoe. So it feels really, really good where I hold that hammer grip. outside of the shoe and in the interior shoe. It's all rounded edges, so this just feels so comfortable coming out of my hand. They say this is the ultimate backyard horseshoe, but don't let them fool you. There are some professionals out there that shoot this well into the 50, 60, 70% range. If somebody tells you, oh, Challenger is just a picnic shoe, I beg to differ. I'm shooting 50, 55% with this shoe just on a flip, and pretty close to 50% with a turn shoe. So this thing does it all. Now with these shaved hooks, this thing's going to be grabbing a lot better. So let me go get the old Challengers and I'll show you the difference between the two.
A few moments later.
And here we have the old Challenger and we have the all new redesigned Challenger. And if I put the two Challengers on top of each other, and if you look down, and I'll show up here, and if you look down, you'll see the difference of what was cut out. And you can just basically tell right here, if I just put these side by side, you can definitely tell that this bump right here has been shaved off. It's not just been shaved off, it's been completely redesigned and reinforced. So there's a little bit more than just filling the mold in. You have to take that metal and place it inside the shoe. So there's a lot of work done to these shoes to get them to where they are. And we'll be able to test those at the indoor court. I've already done a review on the Challengers, so I'm going to put that information up here. It was a very first review, so it'll be on the top of the hooking power rating and the Qukslvr balance rating, so you'll be able to see those right away, and we'll compare with what these where these fall on those scales too. Okay, so I've taken the horseshoe, found out the full height, divided it in half, and I've marked the middle of the shoe right here. So now we're going to take the Qukslvr balance rating beam. I'm going to put it right on the beam, and there we go. So now we just take that once it's balanced. We're going to find how far off it is from center, and this is going to be a -8. So this is -8 on the QBR, Qukslvr balance rating. So now we'll take a look at the hooking power rating. And just looking at this, the Challenger sits on the stake a lot better. This shoe will have a lot better grasp of that stake than it did. And also the contour of that shave will just bring that hook right in there nice and even without any bouncing out of it. Having that nub there tends to have it bounce out, where this one just guides it right onto the stake. So that was a definite plus. So what we'll do is we'll do the hooking power rating. The hooking power rating, it's a 4.5. So that's a plus 0.5 on the hooking power rating. So these shoes have a definite improvement because of being shaved down. Compared to the old style Challengers, these shoes hook the stake far better than their predecessors, which gives me confidence in throwing, confidence in knowing that I don't have to throw them a little different to get them to stay on the stake, that the hooks will actually do their job. We'll definitely be throwing these during the 2021 season as soon as they come out. Okay, so we got the QBR and the HPR. Let's go ahead and weigh these. I believe these were supposed to come in around a medium weight, so that's going to be a little over 2.8 pounds. So just a little bit over 2.5 pounds. So that's your standard horseshoe. Okay, these are coming in at 2 pounds 9 ounces. So this would be considered a heavy horseshoe. That's a good deal. And I do like a heavier horseshoe, so these do make me very happy that these are coming in at around 2 pounds 9 ounces. And I have confidence that these will throw the same as my old Challengers, but hook better. These shoes will be made available hopefully in late March, probably the 3rd week of March. And what you'll get is better hooking power with the same comfort and feel of the old Challengers. So let's go outside and see how these things fly. All right, and welcome to the pitching stage. We're going to toss these Challengers, see how they fly. Let's take a look. Not bad. I'm used to throwing them, so I know how they flip in the air. So I'm way ahead of the game on these. And the first two shoes, they threw very great. That's another good 6. That's a sloppy. Well, this one's actually that would easily make it. So that's a very sloppy 6, but definitely made it. So I mean, the first 4 shoes they're exceptional. So exactly what I'm used to. Easy. Came around on the backside. It was a funny ringer, but still doing pretty good. So we got 4 more shoes to throw. That came in, but it was a little to the left. That's why it did not go on. So that's not the shoe's problem, that's my problem. And I did just get here and just started throwing, so this is basically no warm-up. All right, so I didn't end on a 6-pack, but these shoes are very well controlled. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and do 10 turns and see how they react while I'm turning them. Okay, here we go, 10 turn shoes. Not bad. First 2 shoes right out of my hand. Really felt good. Usually it takes me a little while to get going with the turn, but this morning seems like everything's going good. And my 40 feet and my open is right on the money. And center too. All right, with these Challengers, it's everything that I've grown to love about the Challengers, and then some. Just knowing that the hooks are shaved and they'll grasp better just gives me more confidence. So if I didn't have confidence in these shoes before, which I did, I have quite a bit more confidence in these shoes. So I can relax and I'll know that the shoes are going to do their job and serve their purpose. And all I have to do is make sure I'm on the money. That's easily a 6. So I usually take about 20 shoes with my turn shoe, especially just throwing my flip, going to my turn shoe. It requires me at least, I always say 20, but now it's come down to about 6 or 10. But right away, I'm throwing ringers with these immediately. So a big part of it is, I think, is the confidence that I feel in these shoes now. And one of the things that lends to confidence is how nicely they're flying through the air. I don't have a lot of wobble. They're very controllable. And I'd almost say that I'm doing better with these than the original Challengers, especially when I'm not warmed up. All right, I think those were shoes 7 and 8. This first one was short, but as you can see, it was controlled. It was open, and it was 6 inches short and maybe about 2 inches to the left, but very controlled. And if I got maybe a 20-minute warm-up and about 50 shoes, I would be loving these right now. Okay, I didn't finish with a 6, but I definitely threw these enough to get a good feel of them that they made no changes that degrade the Challenger. They actually made changes that actually improve the Challenger. So it's awesome, and our 2021 season will be awesome when these come out in very late March, maybe the third week in March. Well, that's what they're shooting for. And I'll go buy some, and our team will be pitching these this year. So check out our Horseshoe Pitching channel on YouTube. So welcome to Behind the Curtain, another episode. I think this is episode 6. And if this is the first time you're seeing this Behind the Curtain, put 3 question marks in the comments and I'll know that you have made it this far. So thumbs up to you guys. And what you just saw was the new challengers that we will be using in this 2021 season. And you'll see that on Horseshoe Pitching, my other channel on YouTube. And they threw just like a normal Challenger, but a little bit more. They are heavier on the toe, just by a little bit, but they flew great and they also turned incredibly well. So I was very happy with that. Right away with no warm-up, they turned for me very well, and I really didn't have any loose shoes or wobbly shoes that were uncontrolled. They were all very well controlled and felt good in my hand. I did have a problem with the chroma key. I think the wall that I have now, the paint, is the wrong color green from what I'm looking at. I think I have a little too much tint of blue in my green. So that's why everything turns to purple, because the iMovie is changing things that are blue to a purple so they show up better. And it's something I can't correct in iMovie. I might have to go to a different software or paint my wall. So whichever's... I'd rather have my wall painted the correct green color and be able to use whatever software I want and not have to color correct the key. Like I said in the video, these will be ready in late March. The proposed date is March 22nd, so we'll see if that still holds true after everything's said and done. But definitely they will be ready before horseshoe season up here in Northern Illinois. So a couple things that I do have coming at you. I want to say here in Behind the Curtain, because this is where I sort of give updates and stuff like that that's coming to the channel. For those of you who have made it this far, you guys really deserve more information and better videos. I have the new 6-shooter by Thoroughbred Horseshoes. That is actually a red shoe, so I shouldn't have any chroma key problems. And I also have the old Colt 6-shooters, which I will also be doing a review on that shoe. So stay tuned for those. As soon as I get this one uploaded, I will be busting out those reviews as fast as I can, just for a little something extra. If you guys want to stick around a little more, I did actually play Tony old Challengers against the new Challengers, and we switched back and forth. So he threw the new Challengers, and then we switched games, and then I threw the new Challengers. So I will put that on here. That's split screen, and I will also narrate it. So there's a lot going on in this video. I think if people don't see how much content is still left in this video after the end screen comes, they're really not paying attention. They're just wanting to get out of here as fast as they can, or scrolling. That's why I make it a minute pause. I definitely want to lose the people that don't really care, and you guys care. That's why we give more content in Behind the Curtain. So thanks for watching, and here comes that split screen. All right, Tony and I are going to do a Challenger war. I'm going to shoot the old Challengers with the big knuckle in there, and Tony is going to be shooting the new shaved Challengers. They're not out yet. They will be out. Today is February 16th. They will be out in 3rd week of March, possibly around March 22nd. So watch for that rollout from Thoroughbred Horseshoes, Horseshoes Pitching, Horseshoes Online. So, and we'll get this going. And we're going to do a 2 games of 21. He's going to shoot the new ones, I'll shoot the old ones, and then we'll switch. Okay, thanks for getting that straight. Hope you guys enjoy this. Just a little something extra. I was planning on actually being at the Beloit Horseshoe Club alone. We're going down and back. And yeah, down and back. Puts the first one on. Forget it, down and back. I was supposed to be there alone. Yeah. Sorry about that. You can barely hear me because of the heat that's on. It will shut down in a minute. When I usually record, I try to dump it down to about 55 so it doesn't go off all the time. So like I was saying, I was supposed to be here all alone recording, and Tony changed his plans and made himself available and came out to pitch. So decided decided just to have some fun with them, throw them in the video. If you guys are fans of my, hey, what? What's he doing here? Back-to-back ringers. If you're a fan of my videos, which you made it to the behind the curtains area where this is, you know I love doing
A little rotated, I think.
what I call wars, but seeing how Tony just started pitching last year, I'm just happy that he was here to play, and we can at least get some throwing on my devices here. Stick around for the next game. I do a little something a little different, just to change it up. Show the versatility of the Challenger Horseshoe. It doesn't seem like Tony is following through. Can't wait to get out there and get this snow to melt. I like the snow. I like the changes of the season. And I do like the when the snow melts and it's spring and it's about 65 degrees and you're running around with no jacket and there's snow everywhere. That's always fun. I like the slow changes of the season, not this drastic stuff where we have, like, one year we had 82 degrees. Hey, easy, what? Easy, watch the camera. We had one day it was like 32 degrees, and like 3 days later it was 82 degrees. It was like, what in God's name is this going on here? And that was second week in April, I think that was. So I like it when it gradually gets warmer, gradually gets colder, that kind of stuff. We got really lucky with all the nice weather in the beginning of the winter. Now we're getting slammed a little bit. The whole nation's getting messed up, so.
New leader.
What's that? I think that wink means I'm about to turn it on. No. And if I'm about to turn it on, what he just did was not good for himself. Leaving me an open pit. There we go.
Nope.
Not bad. After Tony leaves today, there's an Elders pitcher 30 feet. He was a 56% shooter. And I had all my recordings done, and I should have gone home, but everybody knows me. I don't go home. So I asked him if he wanted to play a few games, and I did not record anything just because of plain and simple fact that I was getting the vibe that he could care less if I recorded or not, and he just wanted to play. Plus it would have been a little odd, him back and forth. He'd only be in part of the part of the frame half the time anyway. So, but we had some really good games. We played best 2 out of 3, and I dragged it out 3 games against them. I think I won the first game, and then the second game it came down to 1 point. He beat me by 1 point. And then in the third game, we both shot pretty well, but he beat me by, I think, 5 points. So 5 points is still a decisive win, but it's still, in horseshoes, that's pretty close when you're talking 74 points. I think I had 74, he had 79. It's a fun game.
18.
Hey, some of you guys have me on Messenger. You can go ahead and message me. I'll tell you the guy's name I played if you want to know. Just don't want to say it on here because I didn't ask for his permission or anything, and he, seemed like a quiet guy. So that's the end of game one.
Now we do the old switcheroo.
All right, so I'm going to actually throw the new challengers, and I'll walk back up to the camera and give you the twist in a second here.
And I'm going to do something just to see how versatile these things are and how easy these are to switch back and forth. Since these are team shoes and they're designed to throw either a turn or a flip, I'm going to do just that. My first shoe will always be a flip, and my second shoe will always be a turn.
This is something I've always messed around with, but I think I've only done this before in one other game, and I think that was against TJ. I did pretty good because every flip I used to throw, every first shoe was a ringer against them, and at the time I had troubles with my getting my turn shoe on because it's such a, you throw your first through, it's a flip, and then you go and just completely change everything. You just got a rhythm on, so it's not exactly easy. There we go. Let me get any fumbling on my words here. Let me know if anybody out there does that, has ever messed around, even messing around like in practice, thrown a flip one shoe and then turn with the second. I try to do my approach and my release and everything almost exactly the same to accommodate both. So there's very, very subtle differences in both. Obviously the grip is one and the twisting of the wrist, but everything else is pretty much the same. The height, speed of release, everything's the same. But if I am throwing simply just the turn shoe, I actually shoot from the correct side. I do not, as Peter Maurer usually calls it, I do not crossfire my turn shoe. So in this game, I'm actually cross-firing my turn shoe, which is one little more of a handicap, I would say. That one opened up. It was just opened up in 40. Look at that sucker. It's just about 6 inches to the right. Too far. I think that just stole my point. So I'll get 3 on that one.
Stole a point for me, so 7 all day.
It's fun. It's fun trying different things. I hope you guys like the like seeing the review of this new Challenger. It's such a small change, but in my eyes, it just adds confidence to the person that's holding that shoe now. It's sort of like a ringer breaker. Does a ringer breaker really help? Yes, on certain shoes, if it hits exactly right, it'll help. But it's all about the person throwing the shoe and how he throws it and how centered, how high in the stake he hits, and all that stuff. It's not just the ringer breaker. So it's the confidence that the ringer breaker gives the person throwing it. So one of these days, one of my videos is going to be a over the top slow motion. I'm going to throw 100 shoes and see how many times a ringer breaker actually comes into play. And if you can see the ringer breaker push the shoe left or right.
Just think if you would have had the new.
And I've had it where at the end, I've had a ringer breaker actually come straight back off the stake and did nothing. So I'm sure everybody's had that before. I need my measuring tool. He called it even. I took 1 point. And right here is where the 30-foot elder came in. I don't think you'll see him. I don't think he comes over this far. He pitches in the A class, and I've never actually pitched in the A class. I've been at the top of the B class quite a few times. Just every time I was supposed to go into the next class up, something always happened where I couldn't pitch that next tournament. It was sort of disheartening, but I'll get in there. Hopefully I'll be shooting March 20th and 21st. I'll bring my cameras then too. So that's 20 if Tony leaves this alone. That'll be a game. If he puts one over, no. Got to get it on. So I'll sneak the win on that one. So once again, just thanks. Hope you guys enjoyed everything. It was I know it's a long video. Some of you guys like the longer videos, so I'll let myself take it out. Thanks.
Well, I think if you're used to pitching the Challengers, these things will be really easy to just pick up and throw. I do like them. I definitely will be getting a pair of them. Other than that, I really think they're very similar to the old Challenger, and I think everyone will easily be able to swap back and forth.
Now, once you go to the new Challenger, there's no reason to go back to the old Challenger.
No,
because all you're doing is losing ringers if you go with the old Challenger. So, but thanks for watching. See ya.